Ladies and gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles, brought to you by Shawn Porter Promotions.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. We are good to go. Got a nice little show for you guys today. We got Frank Martin coming on. We got Antt with two T's and Sean Z in the building at the same time. When the last time that happened? I don't goddamn know.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
3 or 4 weeks.
It's been a little while. How we feeling? I know how you feeling. We'll get to you. How you feeling?
I'm good.
okay.
I have a little laryngitis.
Okay. Can I catch that? Because shit.
Probably.
Oh, that's some white shit.
I don't know.
I never heard a black person have laryngitis.
I don't know.
I just realized that. I mean, my wife told me that's what it was called. So.
Hey, and if your wife said it, you got it.
I got it.
They know us better than we know ourselves, believe it or not.
I like it. It gives me a little more bass to my voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think you Barry White?
Not that far.
You could be Barry Black.
Hey.
See what I did
See, inverse because I guess.
Because he right.
Mm-hmm.
I missed it. Yo, without further ado, let's bring to the PorterWay Podcast the Ghost. But hopefully we can see him right here on the PorterWay Podcast. Welcome yet again, Frank Martin. What it do, big dog?
Yo, what up, though?
Is the Ghost back?
Yes, sir, man. I'm back, man. I'm back, and I'm happy to be back. Hopefully I get right back in there. You know what I'm saying? Like February or March.
That's what I was asking when I said, is the Ghost back? I mean, it's one thing to get a big knockout against Rances on the big card just 2 weeks ago now. But then again, are you back? When can you get back? Do you know yet? I know, this layoff that you were on wasn't your decision. When do you know when you're gonna be able to get back at all?
It ain't been like a date like said or nothing, but I'm hoping maybe like February or March. No later than March.
Listen, I like seeing what you did with Buddy McGirt. You just look fresh on Fight Night. Can you tell the viewers, what is it specifically that Buddy has been able to work with you on that's maybe made you a better fighter in that fight against Rances and moving forward?
Man, what's crazy? You just said that. That basically. So, Buddy, like me, I'm a workhorse. When I'm in that gym, I'm gonna put in the work. Sometimes I be overtraining. But what Buddy was telling me when he like, I gotta settle down on the training. So he basically wanted me to like lighten up on my training more than like going harder. I'm used to just going hard. But he was just like, he wanted me to be super sharp fight night. Like that was his main concern, like making sure I was sharp at fight night. So it would be days where he'd be like, you gonna do 4 rounds on the bag instead of doing 10. You're gonna do 4 rounds on the bag, you're gonna do 2 rounds on the bag and 2 on the double end. Then we're gonna do just certain stuff to just keep me sharp. But he wasn't wanting me to overwork myself so I could perform and be super fresh, in the fight. Even when it came to sparring, he ain't really want me going like 10 rounds in sparring and all that. He was like 6 rounds, 8 rounds and stuff like that just to be fresh.
I get that 100%. At this point, obviously it's only been one fight with you and Buddy, but have you been able to look back and say, dang, I was overtraining for some of the fights that I've had in the past?
Man, I do be feeling like I be overtraining, yeah.
He took all that just yeah.
What's crazy is if you just watch Frank's socials, all this motherfucker been doing is in the gym.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know, you might do other stuff, Frank, but all I do is see Frank train. Frank's been chilling in the gym for the last year.
Uh-huh.
So I knew he was ready to go.
Man, I've been
chilling in the gym.
His weight didn't go up, it looked like.
Been everywhere, bro.
I still live though.
Okay. Well, hey, Nate, what a couple things you did, man. After that, that was your longest layoff of your career?
Yeah, that was the longest, yeah.
Yeah. What I seen you down in Miami.
Antt asking, what you get into? Antt want to know what you got into.
Miami.
Yeah. You ain't gotta tell us everything you did, because I know.
Everything.
Don't say everything, bro. I don't want you to get you caught up, okay? Don't say everything. Couple things. You did a couple things.
Go ahead, Shawn.
I did a little partying, you know. I did some training. I'm always trained. Even when if I party or do anything, I'm always trained. But for the most part, when I went out there though, it was for training. So I had a little fun. Went to a couple little spots, had some fun, but I was there for training.
You don't strike me as a partier though, man. You strike me as the kind of guy that's gonna go to the club and just park it right there on the wall and just watch it all happen. He don't seem to me like a partier at all. You gonna be on the wall just watching everything walk by.
Nah, man, I be having a little fun. You know what I'm saying? When I got time or when I can, I be having fun.
Hey, Frank, I'm gonna ask you this. You and Shawn both had this in your career. You know, after your first loss in your career, does it show you who the real people are, who really got your back? How's that go?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, absolutely. Man, absolutely. You know, it was a lot of people who changed. It was a lot of people who switched up. It was some people, you know, it was new people who came around, but for the most part, like, it was a lot of people who switched up.
Yeah.
Yo, Frank, first of all, congrats again on the knockout. You know, that's always been your best punch, that straight left hand, and beautiful job turning Barthelemy and planting him with the straight left hand. But working with Buddy, man, before we get to you and what's going forward, did you watch, for example, Buddy's fights with Pernell Whitaker and go like, damn, Coach was really at a high level in this boxing game?
Yeah. Buddy was like that, man. Buddy was good, and he had good movement.
Buddy was old school. Buddy was fast, powerful, wasn't no punk. Like the old school. The old school's the best school, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, give us.
You feel that way too, Frank? What Shawn said?
Oh yeah.
Why is that?
Buddy could go.
Yeah. When Shawn says the old school's the best school, what do you see that makes you agree with Shawn saying that?
Far as with Buddy's, with his fighting style?
Him and that whole era that he fought in, yeah.
You know, then, man, they was simple back then. They stick to the basics, but the basics, like Buddy, he stuck, that jab was his thing, and then even like with his little, like with his angles and all that, like I just like back in the days, it was more about fundamentals. You know, that old school sound base, having a fundamental base.
I use the expression systematic very often, right? So what I mean by systematic, what you do, you're not going to waver off of that. To me, that's what the old school was. They were concrete in what they did. If they was aggressive, they didn't care if you was aggressive. They gonna be aggressive. If they was a counterpuncher, they didn't care how fast or how sharp. They was gonna counterpunch you. They were systematic. They never wavered. You never saw mental weakness in the old school. I'm not saying we weak now. I'm not saying the new school is weak. I'm just saying for me, they were systematic. Whatever I do great, I'm going to be this tonight, and you got to stop it. And that's why when you get somebody that's great at what they do, somebody else that's great at what they do, and you put that together, to me, that was the difference in the old school. You always knew when you turned on boxing that you was going to get a great fight because systematically, they always did what they were supposed to do. Guys nowadays don't always do what they supposed to do. We're not going to say no names, but guys don't always do what they supposed to do.
This guy.
God damn it, you too, Frank.
We can't even get the Hey, we can't even get the fights we want, you know?
Yeah.
Like the good fights that's supposed to happen, because there's always something, you know what I'm saying? Like these fighters, nowadays, they really don't be wanting to fight guys, you know what I'm saying? Like other good fighters, they don't be really wanting to fight.
I thought you were still building me. You ain't still building me? Like, nah, you're 25-0. Huh?
People still, Shawn said people still want tune-up fights. They don't want to fight the big fights in boxing.
I said that?
That's big.
Yeah, they don't want to. Like, fighters ain't trying to get in there with other undefeated fighters or even other just, you know, real good fighters.
Is 140 on, we taking over 140 now? You know, I hit you up, bro, after the fight, and I told you, after the Tank fight. I'm like, you don't be a world champion. So I feel like this is the the way for you right here, bro.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I feel like I'm gonna give me some straps over at 140, man, 100%. And I feel like it's gonna be in 2026. I want that, like, I want that Richardson Hitchens fight.
Okay.
But I feel like Hitchens do a lot of talking. You know, he's a good fighter, but I like that fight. But like how we were saying, like the old school, like me, I fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's a fight that I would like. But you know, he like one of them new era fighters. You know, he gonna do a lot of talking instead of accepting it.
How you like that Pitbull fight? Because Pitbull said he not sure about the Lamont rematch. So he wants somebody that's gonna fight. Frank gonna fight.
I like that fight. You know, Pitbull is gonna be a fight.
Yeah,
you know, like that's why when you talk Pitbull, you know, like you finna have to fight. I like that fight though.
Yeah, I think I like that fight.
So Frank, when we had Paulie on after the Gervonta fight, we talked about you definitely checked the big boxes. You got foot speed, hand speed, punching power, but he said one thing that gave Gervonta the edge in that fight was the little things, little nuances that you accumulate through experience. Because Gervonta being the guy who started boxing as a little kid, you started at 15. Do you feel like in the 18 months since coming back, you've accumulated some of those nuances, and what could you do to speak to that you think will help you against a Richardson Hitchens or other guys who started as little kids?
I feel like it wasn't so much of that fight wasn't a thing where it was like, oh, this guy just more skilled than me or he just better than me. You know, it wasn't that. It was like, I don't feel like I was outmatched in that fight at all, you know, when it came to skill wise or anything like that. It was more of it was like the experience. Like I learned a lot from that fight outside of the fight. Like it was like the experience from just the media to the, like, man, there was so much going on outside of the fight that, like, and then being on that stage, on that stage when they say like the lights bright and all that stuff, that is, I do feel like that's true. But to prepare for anybody else, I feel like I got to like the highest point, right? So like a Hitchens or anybody like that is not on that same level. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it was a lot of distractions leading into that fight mentally that I was telling myself, like, all right, I ain't gonna let this bother me. I ain't gonna let this bother me. But unintentionally, it was certain stuff was still bothering me. You know what I'm saying?
That anything technical wise though that you learned, and
you know, he got his blueprint
stuff
from Floyd. You know, Tank got the Floyd blueprint. So you know, it's a lot of different things that weighed in on that fight, even when it came to weight and all of that stuff. But I learned a lot from the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Future world champ Frank Martin, strap up, Frank. Stop playing with him, Frank.
We got a super chat from Matt Bergerson.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
What's up, Matt?
He said, could we see you against someone like Delgado or Duarte for a title elimination bout before you go against the big dogs? Or are you going right for it?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can't hear me now.
Kind of.
All right, here. Try this one more time.
So I think Delgado's like #1 with the IBF.
It sound muffled.
Oh, you probably moved.
Yeah, I move. I'm always moving.
Okay.
Listen,
Can you hear him?
Matt Bergerson, in the super chat, he had a question for you. He's asking, could we see you against someone like Delgado or Duarte for a title elimination bout, or do you want to go straight for the heavy hitters, like a Richard Hitchens?
I wanted to go straight in, you know, for the Richardson Hitchens, but I think he finna have a fight. I think he finna fight Ortiz. So if that don't happen, you know, yeah, I do like a Duarte or something like that.
We good here?
Yeah, let me find Frank.
Oh yeah, Frank. Who you got? Who you got in that Teofimo Shakur fight in the division?
What'd you say?
Break down the fight between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson.
Man, that fight right there, I think this is gonna be like I think it's gonna be Shakur like best opponent for him, style wise and all of that. Just because I feel like they match him up perfect. You know, he a good fighter. You know, he a great boxer, but they match him up perfect. And I feel like Teofimo, he got a little bit of everything. You know, he got like good feet. He got speed, power. I don't know. I don't know how I see that fight. I don't know how I see that fight, man.
You think it's
gonna be different, you know? I don't see it being like we see what Shakur do when he fight a puncher. You know what I'm saying? When he fought De Los Santos, he stayed out of the way. You know, he ain't want to get hit. Man, it's
but
a good fight.
Then we've also seen
That's a good
Teo
fight.
struggle against boxers too, right? So that's what makes it interesting. To your point about De Los Santos and Shakur, and then on the other side, Teo, when you Sandor Martin or guys giving him movement, he seems to struggle with that too. So
I think that's a good matchup. That fight can go either way. I ain't leaning like that fight can go to either one of them. They both hella skilled.
It's like respectfully 50-50, but then when you really
That's how I feel.
you start to analyze it, you could go 60-40 either way, to be honest with you. It's a very close and really good competitive fight. So, and gonna match you up real quick. He got your future in his hand, in his lap.
I got two. You know, I'm gonna play the business side, and then we're gonna make the big fights. Okay.
Make the big fight.
Okay. And matter of fact, we're gonna keep it business.
All right, keep it business.
We got a big name at 140, Gary Antoine Russell. How you see that fight going between you and Gary Antoine? Because I want to see it.
That's a dog fight. That's a dog fight right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a fight. That'll be a fight because you know Gary he throw a lot of punches. He aggressive, pressure, explosive. That'll be a fight right there.
Okay, and then we got one more. You know, let's get the Roach in there. The Roach in there with Ghost. Lamont Roach. How you see that fight going?
Roach a good. Roach a great counter puncher. You know what I'm saying? Like he good with that counter punching, but I would box. I wouldn't counter punch with him. You know, I would box Roach.
Don't give him too much.
I like that fight.
Give us
Don't give him too much, Frank.
Like it.
Don't give him too much, Frank.
You got one more?
Yeah, don't give him too much.
I'm good.
All right, you got one more?
No, that's it, man.
All right. Hey, Frank, congratulations, man. Happy to see you back, and let's get you right back like at the end of January.
Damn, Sean. God damn.
Look, he's at the end of January, man. Look, my fingers crossed. If I could go, look, I'm ready. Shit, I'm ready.
Hey, Frank, Sean ain't doing nothing. You need him to come spar with you? He spar with everybody else. Go whoop his ass, Frank.
Yeah.
He said, yo.
Hey, when I come to Vegas, Sean, you'll give me some work.
I see you. Bye, Frank.
All right,
Appreciate you, Ghost.
Blessings.
Right there, man.
All right, y'all have a good day.
All right.
This is what I love about the PorterWay Podcast. We not on any side. We support boxing, and if you're doing something great, we're gonna get you on. I said that from day one, and there it is right there. We're able to get Frank on today. Hopefully, we're able to get on Oshaki here pretty soon before the end of the year. Real quick, some promos for you guys. We have basically one more official episode, I think next week after the Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua
then
fight.
Then we going black?
Then
we going black?
If you like. And then we coming back. Here's a quick little promo for you guys. I'm coming back. DDA will be in town. We're going to be doing a live episode right here at the HyperX Arena. I want to
what date is
send
that?
some big love to the HyperX Arena. Send some big love to Ally Sports, the Luxor, everyone here. They have truly made us feel like home, made us feel like family. And they hit me up and they asked me if I wanted to do a game night here. And it evolved. Y'all know me. It evolved.
So we're playing video games?
I'm bringing in NYS, the Nevada Youth Football.
Can I bring some kids?
NYFL?
Can I bring some kids?
Whatever.
NYFL. I played in that league.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And we won a championship.
We
We did too. I played for the Sunrise Dolphins.
Cowboys.
Who you play for?
Cowboys.
This is not open to the public. This is disclaimer. Not open to the public.
How you play for the Cowboys in the Henderson?
No, NYFL by.
I played for the Sunrise Dolphins. We was on the east side.
Oh yeah.
You hear him?
No,
he younger than you. He younger than you.
Back at that time,
That
no
was
one was
crazy.
getting by me.
And we had a team. So me and you
Yeah.
playing. But go ahead. It's not open to the public.
It's not open to the public, but the reason why I'm making this announcement is because we will be live on the PorterWay Podcast at some point.
What kind of
we're gonna
video
do this
games?
from everything.
Madden?
They're opening this up to the kids, bro.
Okay, I'm bringing some
I
kids out.
got my church family coming in. Of course, my boys will be here. Y'all family will be here. We just hanging out. Literally just hanging out. And the reason why I'm bringing this to the PorterWay Podcast is because I feel like this is a great way for you guys to see the other stuff that I do, the involvement that I have with the community. We're going to have some of the kids coming up. We are going to do an undisputed tournament.
Let's go.
And push-ups for the losers. You know what I mean? We're just going to have fun. And we're going to do like an end-of-the-year recap of everything. I know we're going to do a lot of that next week, just in case you guys happen to not come or anything like that. But I got DDA coming out, man, and we're just going to do another end-of-the-year episode for us. We had Matt Bergeson chime in
Another
right
one,
here,
too.
right now.
Got another one. Another super chat.
Oh, we got another
one.
super chat. So probably for Matt Bergeson. Was it Matt?
Just check it out. Just check it. It's a
Yeah.
surprise for you.
So Matt always showing love. We want the rest of y'all to join the PorterWay Podcast membership. Got a lot of stuff coming. I've been trying to hold back these surprises because I want them to just go on there, but we got a lot going on, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and let the cat out the bag. I've been talking to Showbiz the Adult about getting in the ring with him and also doing an interview with him. And we've been talking about doing this all year. And he finally hit me back like a month ago. And he was like, man, I had to get in shape. I'm
been
getting
training?
there.
Oh,
yeah, he been
okay,
training
yeah,
and all that kind
okay.
of stuff.
Now
So
I'm
y'all
good.
been seeing him train. He was like, yo, thank you. I needed to get in shape. I needed to get healthy and all that kind of stuff. So he actually said thank you because I kind of encouraged him or motivated him to do it. And hopefully we get in the ring before the year is out, if not the beginning of the year. So stuff like that, you're only going to be able to access it through the membership. So make sure you join that. That being said,
Where y'all gonna get a ring? Here or Chicago?
I got to go to Chicago. I'm going to go to Chicago, get
So
in the
he-
ring with him.
He has weight on you. He's fighting at home. All right, Sean.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, do the Kell Brook, and you'll be good.
What's the kill? Oh,
That's all I fight.
Oh, yeah.
I fought Sean. I met Sean like Sean. I meet Sean like.
yeah. Ant was, hey, yo, that's
getting
on there
back in the
too,
ring no
man. Ant was like, no, we got to do it again.
I'm not doing that.
We're going to
That
do
was
it
one
once a
time.
year.
You bust my mouth.
We're going to
That
do
was
it once a
enough. I
year.
learned my
That
lesson.
was your fault.
You hit me.
Matt Bergeson, he had another
Sean,
question.
what was your assessment on our sparring session?
You're nice. You know you're nice.
You know you're
You
nice.
just passed your prime.
Hey,
That's
hey,
all.
hey, so-
even
hey,
though
look,
past my prime.
even though you're
Hey, let me
31
tell-
years
let me
old.
tell y'all
34.
something. Y'all gonna run up on Sean's out there and get your ass whooped one day. Hey, I'm gonna be there to watch.
Hey, yo, Matt Bergeson for the gang. He said, I saw on the ring that Adames will be facing Ammo Williams. I heard about that. For Adames's title. What do you think about the matchup?
Gotta favor Adames. Ammo Williams is explosive and strong, but also very raw. But he is a southpaw, and you gotta be careful with his left hand. But Adames has, that championship pedigree, good upper body movement, more skilled fighter overall. It should be a fun fight stylistically, but I think you gotta favor the champion,
My man said it all.
Let's go.
I agree 100%, but I will say this as well. Ammo gets tentative. I think Adames's activity, the way he fights, he's going to force Ammo to do. We're going to find out who Ammo is in the fight against Carlos Adames. He's either going to step up and fight back. If not, he's going to crumble and fold, and he'll lose on the scorecards because he's inactive and he's moving a lot more than he needs to.
Pressure bust pipes.
I want to see him step up. I want to see him show dog and be that Ammo. You
Bite
know what I
down
mean?
and let that left hand go and
Bite
let his
down,
hand.
let it go.
Yeah, because his loss to Shiraz now ages well. Shiraz is was a very tall middleweight and is a big ass super middleweight.
Yeah.
Who has power and speed. Adames is a lot smaller. Styles make fights. A lot of people thought Adames beat Shiraz, but Ammo, again, is explosive. He has power. And to your point, if he bites down in this fight, he has a chance to win. But I think the favorite is the champion, who's a more skilled fighter overall.
Right.
But it should be an explosive fight. It should be a good fight.
Right. And then the other thing too is we want you guys to submit your fan questions. We got 2 fan questions today. I've been enjoying them. We got one today that I'm really, really grateful to get. I love the energy. I love being able to hear y'all, see y'all. So make sure y'all click on that link right there, bit.ly/ask TPWP. 1 minute, submit your question. Keep it clean, but y'all can ask us pretty much anything, and we got you.
We got a couple today, right?
Yeah, we got a couple that we'll get to today.
Oh, okay.
But before that, let's actually do a show real quick.
All right.
Let's do a show real quick, and we're going to get to a couple of things. DAZN last night, honorable mention to Ernesto Tito Mercado. He
explosive, got power, very confident, brash young man.
A little raw, too.
Keeps his hands down, chin a little exposed, but a good athlete with speed and power and a lot of confidence, and he wants all the smoke. So I like Tito. I like watching him fight. I think he's got a good personality in boxing. He's an engaging person, but he talks his shit, and he wants a chance to back it up. And I think at some point he'll get those opportunities. He's doing his thing. So, but yeah,
here on your shit today. I love it.
Yeah.
Real quick, I got a lesson for you guys. Gabriel Flores dropped another one to Joe Cordina. I don't like retiring fighters. I don't like retiring athletes. Do what you do, but at the same time, this is my disclaimer. I know what I'm looking at, right? So people don't take into consideration, especially when you've done this as long as a lot of us have. Take into consideration how often you spar, those punches that you've taken in sparring since you were 6, 7, 8 years old through the course of your lifetime.
You are still sparring a lot despite being retired.
Mind your business. I'm doing okay. I took a couple weeks off too, by the way. Yeah,
I took a couple of weeks off.
And you're sparring killers. It's not like you're sparring kids at the YMCA.
And you just signed up for Frank.
So now as a professional boxer, you have to go through a whole training camp. You got a lot of wear and tear through a training camp, and then you get in the ring. When you aren't able to operate the way that you used to operate, be honest with yourself. If you are a father, be honest with your son. If you are a coach, be honest with your athlete and tell them, hey, let's start figuring out an exit strategy, because I can see that you're wavering. When I knew this kid I knew exactly when he was going to start to waver, because I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm seeing. When you're no longer as healthy as you should be, you don't know it. It's internal. Physically on the outside, you're still able to run. You're still able to do the sparring. You're still able to do everything that you do, but you don't see how much you're hurting yourself internally. This kid, along with some other fighters, just should not be doing it anymore, because here's the thing. You look good, you look fresh for a good 4 to 5, maybe 6 rounds. But when you're going to hit that wall, is right there. And when you hit that wall, stop hitting the wall so much, because you got so much more life to live. It ain't worth it. I know I was able to do everything I was able to do. Now everybody else can get there, make the money, all that kind of stuff. Be realistic. My dad was realistic with me, and I did not like it. It was hard for me to get where I got to, because my dad was so realistic with me. But if my dad wasn't realistic with me, there's no telling how far I would have been able to go with anyone else.
He's just a baby. 25.
I know, but when you're 25, listen, man.
That was his first loss in 2 years?
This is what I'll do. I'll come in here next week with a list. I'll come in with a list of 10 guys who were better than most of the guys you've seen in the last 10 to 15 years. And they didn't even turn pro. Because physically they just couldn't do it no more. And if y'all really want me to, I'll put somebody on the line that was the killer that we all knew and couldn't even keep it together physically, because we're not all built for this.
He can't get better?
This kid right here?
25.
No, listen, man. It's
hard for me to write him off at 25 with 3 losses.
And I hate it, and I'm sorry to be saying this
really
this, because I know what I'm seeing.
Boxing's nothing to play with.
It's really nothing to play with.
He's certainly not playing with it. Gabe gives it everything he's got. But what you're saying, Shawn, is your health is nothing to play with.
Tell me why you total a car when the bumper falls off. You total a car when the suspension falls apart. Mm-hmm. You can build that thing together, but you know that it's not the same. It's the same thing for us. Once you've done this enough times, your vehicle just is not the same. You can remodel it, you can remake it, you can put on, but how long is it gonna run? And when it runs, is it gonna be able to run the way it used to run?
I remember like yesterday when Top Rank signed him at 16 years old, just like yesterday, and seeing him in his rise as a young undefeated prospect going, man, this kid, he turns so well, he's got good feet, very fast hands, really excellent boxer. And what a fighter like Gabe Flores reminds me of is just how tough of a sport and brutal a sport this really is. Not everybody with fast hands and skills and pedigree gets to become world champion. And every kid who comes out of the amateurs with that pedigree, with those fast hands and skills, believes they will become world champion. Erickson Lubin last month against Virgil Ortiz, excellent fighter. But sometimes it just doesn't add up. It doesn't happen. And you're talking about retirement at 25. The 3 losses he has to Luis Alberto Venado Lopez and Gio Cabrera, now this fight, he took real punishment. I remember being at the Valdez Conceição undercard in Arizona.
Yeah.
And he took a hell of a beating against Venado Lopez. Yeah. And when you talk about retirement, it's interesting. I have it right here in my notes. Gabe Flores and Chris Colbert. Chris Colbert's not even 30. Chris Colbert, if you watch his fight against King Tug Nyambar, like exquisite skills, super fun to watch. Very fast, skilled guy. What they both have in common is they lack a little bit of the physicality at this level and keeping a grown man off of them and hurting and then taking and absorbing. They're tough. Like they both, like Colbert against Garcia, Hector Garcia, Gabe in his fights against Cordina and Albert, they held in there, they took it, but they took too much. And so to Sean's point, Chris Colbert had to retire before 30. That's to your point about Gabe. And it's not about retiring fighters or anything like that. It's that, hey, man, you're taking punishment. And we know you believe in yourself. You believe this whole time you're going to become champion. It's a tough sport, man.
And I just want to be realistic. You know, I hate that it has to be Gabe that that this conversation is for the sake of what it's based on. But at the same time, again, was very good. I mean, I say I was very good. People walk up to me all the time, you were a legend and this and that. I say I was good.
Physicality you had, we're talking about that those two guys lack a little bit, you were able to absorb.
Y'all saw everything that I did. And if y'all understood or saw the things that my dad took me through because of his realism of how dangerous it still can be, no matter how good you are, that's where my energy is now coming from. This is an extension of what was extended to me, to help keep me safe, to help me keep me honest with myself, to help me keep me realistic. And I'm just extending that to anybody who wants to do this. You have to pay attention. You have to see the signs, and you have to be realistic. All that being said, we spent a little bit more time on that than I wanted to. Shout out to Sky Nicholson. I was digging the mint green, and she flashy, funky fly as always.
She's we know, but she moved down to 122. She's in the 122, picked up the interim title. She's an excellent boxer. She is. Fast hands, great distance control. She lost the fight to Tiara Brown because Tiara had enough upper body movement and skills to cut the distance. But if you can't cut the distance on her, she's gonna turn you and outbox you for 10 rounds. The question is, when she faces a fighter who's able to cut the distance on her, again, has she come up with any adjustments or improvements? Right. But if you're not gonna be able to cut the distance on her, she's an excellent pure boxer.
Right. The one thing I'll say real quick on her is, as great as she is and has been, we haven't really seen her go to another level. It's been just very dominant, but there hasn't been another level. Her speed hasn't changed.
Sharp.
Her punch selection hasn't changed. It's all sharp. I'm 100% fan of Sky Nicholson, but we're talking about a Sky who's great against pretty good competition. Want to see her become great and be great no matter who she's standing up going up against. That kind of question right there, we shouldn't have to ask that question anymore. We should know that she's, without a shadow of a doubt, if she were to get back in the ring with Tiara again, that she would handle Tiara, and we haven't seen her do anything different. She's just great at what she does.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we got Diego Pacheco. Big news is him getting put down.
Yeah, flash knockdown.
It was a flash knockdown.
Off a hook.
Nothing crazy.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Nothing crazy, but the same theme there. We haven't really seen him evolve and become, brilliant at
this big time prospect that we wanted.
Yeah.
Like a dude from Top Rank, the Puerto Rican.
Xander or
Yeah, kind of get that. Let that bubble start.
Xander's been leveling up.
Xander's been leveling up.
Yeah, gradually. It's not like you know. But
Yeah. So that's just the thing with Diego. Now the question that you presented earlier is, when is he gonna get in the ring with a big dog? And Zittel and I, we looked at it and said he's not ready quite yet. What does he need to do?
25-0. You just said that earlier.
Yeah. What does he need to do to really level up?
I think he's thin at 168, but I don't think. His build, I don't know if he would trust his physicality fighting those big boys at 75. So he's a little bit of a tweener right now. I think he's boiling. He probably makes the weight comfortably because he's a skinny kid, but a little light in the ass at 168. And I like Pacheco. You could play what I said after he beat Steven Nelson earlier this year. He left the Benavidez camp, which I thought could pay dividends because they're still training him like a combination puncher and a mid-range fighter, and that's how he got the job done and pulled this fight out.
Right.
I'm going to sound very basic here, but you would love to see a 6'4" kid have a more authoritative jab. And he's doing a lot of this, and giving up his distance, pawing you with it, and let me walk you into the uppercut, let me walk you into the hook. And I understand it sounds basic to just say jab with more authority and jab better, but you are 6'4". Make the most of your dimensions to be a little more authoritative. And I know you got to poke and prod and set up. You can't just shotgun the jab every time, but shotgun it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe, right?
Well, listen, man, what's funny is I was talking to Freddie, really early on when I first met Freddie Roach and Pacquiao and everybody. And Freddie and I were just talking. I said, Freddie, what do you think about me? Where can I improve, whatever the case may be? First thing Freddie said to me, he said, he stood there for a second and then he looks at me, he says, keep feinting. I like your feints. He says, that's a lost art. I never forgot that. He said, that's a lost art. And when he told me it was a lost art, it was like, I felt like I'm doing something that nobody else does. He said, it's so basic, but it sets up so many different things. It takes your fighter away from doing so many things. It will stop your fighter. It will make them second guess. It will cause them to hesitate. It will cause them to show what they want to do. It will position it. There's so many things that the feint does. The same thing with the jab.
It's about mastering it.
Yeah. It's about mastering it. I can truly say I mastered my feints along the way as I was going along, and that broomstick jab, the direction of being able to go up and down and work off of it. That jab hand is so important, and it is becoming a lost art in boxing.
Can I see?
It truly does bother me when a fighter gets in the ring and they don't use their jab.
I have a theory about it. I think I may have said it once or twice before on the show, but I have a theory about that. Because when we were talking to Frank Martin earlier about Buddy and Purnell, all those old fights, Spinks Judah 1 and McCallum Tony and Leonard Hurd, they all start with this beautiful dance. Guys circle into their strong side, and who could win the battle at the jab first, and the fight jumps off from there, plays out from there. A lot of these guys are the two greatest fighters of the last two eras are Terrence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. More so, I think the influence is from Floyd. And Floyd had a great jab. Terrence has a great jab. But what are they both more known for? The counterpunching. And in Floyd's case, the signature pull right hand counter. And I kind of liken it to like falling in love with the 3-point shot in basketball. It's like, how come you don't see back to the basket in the paint? How come you don't see the jab in boxing? It's like, because these guys are coming out round one trying to pull over the top of the jab, and they all grew up looking up to Floyd, who did it great with the pull right hand, so they know how to do it. So you're getting less of the doubling, the tripling up of the jab because guys are looking to pull counter over it. That's my theory a little bit on why you see part of why the jab is not what it was.
My theory is we're getting beyond the essence of boxing.
Yeah, less sage teachers in the gyms and things like that.
There it is. Yeah. Nobody's teaching the fundamentals. Nobody knows the fundamentals and the basics. I hate to say nobody, but you do got a select few coaches out there that can still truly teach the basics, and beyond that won't go beyond anything else until the basics are solid enough. And if you was a fighter, what would be your go-to thing? Like what would be your punch?
I live behind the jab and got the big right hand.
You saying that because we talking about it?
No, I'm just saying that's when I do stuff. That's what I do.
You mentioned the big right hand behind.
And I set up the big. I got the big right hand.
You still playing the game?
Yeah, we get it in at the
And
house.
you just
Yeah, I said, no, I'm actually.
And would fight like
I'm
Riddick
actually
Bowe.
pu-
He'd be like
I don't know what
Riddick
he's talking
Bowe.
about, but yeah, I'll take it.
what the hell did he say?
Ant would be like Riddick Bowe.
Oh. You think so? You be the
Why
big
you
daddy?
hating? Why you hating?
Just
He'd have
daddy?
a little cross arms and bop, bop, and then set up the big right hand. Walk him into an uppercut if they think he can get inside
Yeah,
on
if
you.
you're trying to be pretty. And hey, and if Pacheco's looking for a fight, I got 2 for you, baby.
Here we go.
Caleb Plant. Tough fight. Solid fight. Jamel Charlo. Or Jamal Charlo.
Jamal.
Well, I was seeing Jamal might be getting in the ring with Caleb.
But if that don't happen,
Yeah.
Diego, it's time for you to step it up.
Yeah.
That's 2 solid fights.
Yeah.
What about Mabili?
I seen that. Yeah.
That's too much for him.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta go though.
Yeah.
You gotta go, bro.
It's a winnable fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. He's gonna have to get on this shit.
Man, he took stuff from Martinez.
Yeah. Lester Martinez.
Lester
Yeah,
Martinez.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, you taking a Lester Martinez punch.
He started that fight strong, but Martinez closed that fight.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
why he was like, I'm
Yeah.
good on the next 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go. But fuck it, let's go. It's boxing, baby. You gotta fight him someday.
This week we got Alycia Baumgardner getting back in the ring. Leila Beaudoin.
Balduin. So
Yeah, go. Damn, she got the John Wick going on, man.
The
She-
tats.
Yeah, she on her.
Yeah.
So she's got some fast hands, Leila Beaudoin, and she her last she got her second knockout last fight against Mekalad, I think is how you say. She's another fighter too, but Mekalad, and I know I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. She went the distance with Alycia Baumgardner and went the distance with Chantel Cameron, 2 pound for pound top 10 women fighters. This girl knocked her out, and Alycia Baumgardner has only had 13 rounds in the last 2 years.
Right.
And in her first fight with Derek James, we're still trying to figure out, is this a great pairing? Because Derek James is a very methodical style trainer, and Alycia is a quick twitch athletic fighter. And it was kind of, she definitely got the job done her last fight, but at times didn't look like that same twitchy Alycia that knocked out Terry Harper, beat Michaela Mayer.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting fight. I think Baumgardner, when she's right and she's on fire on all cylinders, she's one of the best fighters in the world. But 13 rounds the last 2 years, this girl did knock someone out that she went the distance with, Cameron went the distance with. It's a good matchup.
It's a good matchup. It's a good fight. Alicia's first fight on the MVP platform.
Oh, is it?
And then
Second.
Yeah, I think it might be a second.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought I was
Second.
tripping. Oh, okay.
Second. And then in the main event,
Oh, the biggest fight of the year,
Yeah,
the one we all
that's what they
been
say.
wanting. We've been asking for this since January the 1st, 2025. I remember Zittel coming over here begging for the fight. Mr. Jake Paul on MVP on Friday in Miami.
yeah, man.
Oh, okay, yeah, you've been
I can't wait. It's great.
On Netflix.
On Netflix,
on
baby.
Netflix.
On Netflix.
Oh man, this is. Hey man, I asked myself why Jake taking this fight.
He sees something.
That'd be like me fighting this thing. I don't see nothing. I mean, and it's a money move. I don't know. I'm hearing. I don't know. I hear the lies come out. It just don't. Okay, I thought I was the only one.
But it does. It don't.
Nothing adds up to me. But I
the
guess he going up there. He gonna make the money, even if he gets flatline, which that's what's supposed to happen. If you don't flatline him, Anthony Joshua, I'm joining Zittel. Because that's bullshit. I'm telling you, I'm Zittel. If he makes it through
So
that
what
fight,
in the Illuminati secret society ritual is this?
thank you. I'm gonna say exactly what he just said.
Say it right now.
What an Illuminati secret society.
You said you had something. What'd you say? Y'all both said y'all had what? Something.
I just
surprising. What did you say?
everything is geared towards him to get KO'd. I don't even KO'd. Okay?
You talking about Joshua?
Jake.
Everything is geared for Jake to
If
get.
he don't make him look like Francis Ngannou, we got a problem.
You gotta make him look like Jake from State Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen.
What y'all got?
Go ahead, Zittel.
I think Jake Paul may have a chance.
There it is.
I think
There it is. There it is.
He didn't even. Francis almost beat Tyson Fury, and
Here's the thing, though. You're correct. Correct.
It's a white thing.
I know. I thought that. I said that's probably what people are going to think the minute I say he has a chance. It's not it. Not a Jake Paul guy. Okay, yeah. Not a Jake Paul guy. Check my records, check my files. But look, at this stage of their careers, Jake Paul has quicker feet and quicker hands than Anthony Joshua. Yeah. Anthony Joshua's punch resistance has waned a little bit, right?
Well,
against much bigger men and punchers than Jake Paul.
Very true.
Right? And everybody's expecting
Why does he have a Puerto Rican flag behind him?
Because he lives in Puerto Rico.
He lives in Puerto Rico.
Okay. Keep going.
Which is a United States territory, so isn't it redundant of you, Jake? No, you're not Puerto Rican. But that's okay.
Okay. All right.
Puerto Rico. Ho!
That's crazy, but go ahead.
Well, he's not punching like Felix Trinidad, but he got a little pop. And again, a little bit quicker at this stage of their careers. And when we talk about AJ and Ngannou, AJ came in with the right kind of surly, no-nonsense attitude for that assignment. And he's coming into this one not like that, smiling, thinking it's kind of a joke, and almost not wanting to validate it with that kind of energy. The Great White Hype. So maybe we get the Great White Hype. He's about to be Terry Conklin by Damon Wayans.
I see what you did with Tommy Fury. I'm about to wash your ass.
True. But he's gotten a little better, and Tommy Fury was a mover.
Tommy Fury was not half the man of what
not a quarter
Anthony
of what
Joshua has lost.
Right. But
look, go back to Tommy Fury fight. Y'all want to talk about boxers?
Yeah, Tommy Fury, absolutely. I mean, Tommy Fury isn't a quarter of what Anthony Joshua amounts to. No, I would not.
He's leveled up, though.
He's gotten better.
Since that Tommy.
And styles make fights. Tommy Fury is a mover.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua is more of a stationary target.
Yeah.
Where what Jake's going to try to do
tell me.
is survive early, move a lot, and then hope to catch him at some point over the top and see if this guy, who at times has been uneven mentally in the ring and has taken some knockouts, see if he can get him to, what's the right word, Shawn?
Get over his
Remember how he used
give a trigger a little PTSD.
Yeah, trigger, yeah.
See, to get him to create a little doubt in his mind, a little bit of doubt and embarrassment, get him a little tight.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm supposed to in here to do a job on this kid. Is this a joke? And now actually we're in the second round and I'm not touching him the way I want to, and I got hit with a clean shot, and now the crowd is starting to. That's what Jake thinks he could do.
Yeah.
I know everybody thinks he's about to get Ngannou'd, but I'm playing literally devil's advocate. And I'm not picking the fight. I'm certainly not picking Jake Paul. No, I'm not. I'm pussing out. I am not picking this fight. But
I ain't mad at you.
I'm just saying I'm not shocked I'm not. And Joshua, again, is a little stiff these days. He's going to be a more stationary target. Head movement's never been his thing. This comes down to Joshua. If Joshua's locked in and on point, then he should knock Terry Conklin out. He should knock the Great White Hype out, okay? Just so I can absolve myself of this bias you're trying to put on me.
Thank you.
But I wouldn't be shocked if we kind of have a fight, if we got some competitiveness in this one.
Listen, when we got Anthony Joshua in the ring with Klitschko, what year was that? That was
2016.
2016.
I remember watching that at your house. Long ass time.
That was 2016.
Might have been April of 2016.
That was the best performance of his career.
Yes.
And we practically have not seen a performance like that.
Ngannou.
Until Ngannou.
Yeah.
Which means, can lightning strike in the same damn spot 3 times? As inconsistent as this man has been, we have not seen a performance like Klitschko in almost, would have been 8 years? 8 or 9 years until we got another performance as solid as that, where you were just solid on every front. We do remember he got dropped against Klitschko, but he got up and he did what he had to do. He stayed focused. At that point in time, he was hungry enough to understand that if I stay down, I don't get where I'm going. You get to a point in your career where moments like this, it's just another fight. It's just another day. It's just another moment. It's just another check. Right now, this man is expected to win. This is his promotion. So today is the day of realism. All right. Let's not forget that this is his promotion.
Yeah.
You're not getting knocked out on your own promotion. I'm sorry. It is. What it is.
This is the bullshit.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Because this is what
trying to get sued.
Because this is my point.
Allegedly.
Because this is my point. at the end of the day, if Joshua don't lean Jake, everybody's gonna say boxing's fixed. I ain't watching it no more.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
That's
and
the
he's got
bottom line.
And he's got a fight planned with Fury potentially.
And on top of that,
heard that.
and on top of that, if Jake ends up leaning Joshua, which is possible,
So Joshua can't lean Jake?
Leaning.
it's possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
He don't need to come out. This not
You mean
Klitschko,
like he puts
Sean.
lean in his water
This
bottle?
not Klitschko. He ain't got nobody in his bloodline that can fight.
This dude is gonna be trying to. This dude has never fought anybody like that. Probably ain't spar with nobody this size. Everything that he's doing, he
had
does.
Anderson in camp.
Shut up. Everything he does, he has to now change. He has to become something different. He's throwing down.
Earl Smith whooped your ass like that.
Shut up. He's gonna be coming into everything, and Jake is gonna be doing what? Down here, coming up into it. The force, the impact. I'm telling y'all what I know.
I seen big boxers
I
beat
said
the
this
hell
before,
out
and
of
we moving
little
on.
boxers.
This
If you move and make
boxing
him
match
reach down.
is not good for boxing, because when the worst happens, y'all ain't gonna believe it, y'all ain't gonna like it, and y'all gonna be trying to blackball boxing. It is what it is.
So damn, you can finally,
So, no
Sean.
matter-
With the more, this is horrible for boxing.
So
take
this
to me.
fight overall
This
is
great.
horrible for boxing. You saying?
I think so.
Oh, I love it, Sean.
But at the end, because at the end of the day, pay attention. You have an Anthony Joshua, who I said earlier, I was talking about.
He ain't that short, Sean.
I was talking about another fighter earlier, right? But when he bends his knees, then what?
He bends his knees.
He's not supposed to.
Oh God!
It is what it is. I'm just telling y'all what I know.
You're just a bias because you're a shortest.
Listen, man, at the end of the day, let's not forget that Anthony Joshua does not have the punch resistance that he used to have. He doesn't have the dog that he used to have. Those aren't secrets. Y'all keep ignoring it because it's Jake Paul. Don't ignore it. Watch what happens. Real quick, let's get on last night. I was out there. Shout out to Paulie Malignaggi. That is my guy.
Where was you at?
Forever and ever. I was in LA. Just got back.
It's your guy, but you did him like that.
We had a good time. He wasn't my guy at that point in time. He's my guy now. At that point in time,
I'm your guy, but you busted my lip.
Yeah.
Can't trust this dude.
We did a promotion last night. Championing mental health was the organization that this boxing event was geared around.
Okay.
We talked a little bit about mental health through the night and things of that nature. Obviously, we can see that that's something that really affects the world. The few things that I want to say, and I'm going to give you the floor about that, is we had two really good amateurs that fought on this card. Two really young, talented fighters who used to be amateurs. We got 6-0 Johnny Mansour. Very sharp, very sharp, very fast, really good boxer, great amateur experience, great amateur pedigree. And we got also Julius.
Yeah.
Juju Ballo, who also fought in the card. These guys are cousins. I did an interview with these guys. You'll see it right after the motivational message. These guys, I'm coining them already, the future of boxing. They're going to take this sport to some places that a lot of other fighters don't have the ability to, because they have both. A lot like with Ryan Garcia. Ryan had the following to really take him to some places, and then we saw that he also had the skill. These guys are just like that. We could show some highlights right now. Juju looked very good last night. In just his second pro fight, he's fighting somebody with 40 fights. That's like practically unheard of. Second fight, he's in the 6th rounder. He told me that Bob Arum really believes in him, told him he wants to fast track him.
Yeah.
And by the end of 2026, he wants him to be positioned to fight for a world championship title. When you're in your second professional boxing match on the 6th rounder against somebody with 40 fights, they ain't playing no games. They believe that he can get where he wants to go. He fought at 130 pounds last night. He actually fights at 118. So he fought like 122. So he fought like 2 weight classes above where he usually fights. This was a last minute fight. Like 4 or 5 guys fell out last week, and they got what they got. And he's a really good, talented fighter.
I agree. Julius Ballo, And they're like you said, they're cousins. They bring a different following because they're both of Iraqi descent. They have a big following already in their hometown of San Diego. I think Johnny is the bigger kid. They're both lightweights. Johnny's 5'10". He was blessed more with the size. But I think overall, Julius Ballo is the more talented prospect of the two.
I agree.
And he's case in point, they both fought Jamal Harvey, who represented his division in the last Olympic Games. I think Jamal Harvey's an excellent talent that we'll keep an eye on in the pros. Johnny lost to Jamal, but Julius beat him. And I can see why Aram thinks he could be quick moving Julius. He's explosive, got good hand speed, good skills, confident kid, bringing something different to the sport with his following. So, I think they both have bright futures, but in particular, I think Julius has the goods.
Yeah.
So.
And then Badou Jack
Noel Mikhailian
losing his belt to Mikhailian, and I think we're gonna get a grudge match out of these guys.
Please no, I don't think.
But these guys they're not on the level of Opataya or anybody else. David Benavidez, none of those guys. These guys, it's got to be like, where do you go from here? Neither of them are ready for the top, and there's that WBC title that Mikhailian is strapped up with now, which puts him in line for one of those big fights. But he's just not good enough, not ready for that kind of talent.
Well, I mean, he's, I think, 35 or 36 years old, so he has to fight the other
chick. Gotta do it anyway.
Yeah, gotta do it anyway. But, no, I mean, shout out to Noel. He regains the WBC title that he had before Badou. Badou had it. Badou's had an excellent career from 168 to 175. No, he talked about retirement. Not talked about retirement, but he said, I have to assess things. And, he said, I had
42?
42.
Yeah.
Rocking with us.
Yeah.
And he said, I had a great career after the fight. Had, already speaking in the past tense. So maybe Badou, who's made good money, good family man, 3-division champion, smart guy, low-key guy, he might step away. And like you said, Noel, congrats to him becoming world champion again. He will be the underdog against the winner of Zurdo Benavidez by a wide margin, or Jai Opataya. But he's got the green belt, so shout out to him. But I made the joke right away, Antt, when they said grudge match, it's like, oh God, no. These were not 24 of the most exciting rounds between the two of them. And I think even they would admit that. Yeah. So
let's do fan questions, and then I'll go to you, and then I'll go to my motivational message. We'll get out of here. Let's get that first fan question.
Hey, y'all. So, my question is for the 140-pound division.
Oh, shit.
You got a lot of names being thrown around over the last couple of years, but as far as getting big fights. But one name that I seldomly hear is Gary Antoine Russell, which confuses me because he has the amateur background competing in the Olympics. He has the major belt now. And on top of that, he's an extremely exciting fighter. So why do you think that somebody like him is not getting the type of exposure or the type of fights that we want to see?
What do you think that is? Why do you think Gary Antoine isn't getting the kind of exposure that he deserves to have? He does have. Is it an interim title? Is it? He's the
WBA full champion. I think
full champion. Wow, he's a full champion.
You need big fights to get exposure.
Right.
He's a. Can I mind the language?
Yeah.
He's a fucking problem. He's a fucking problem at 140. That's why he beat guys like Richardson Hitchens and Jaron Ennis in the amateurs. And Alberto Puello, I think, surprised him a little bit, but that made him tighten up and realize what it is at this level. And he looked extremely good against Rayo in March. He is a problem for any of these stars, any of these big names. And he's the kind of guy you avoid unless you have to fight him. So I think that's part of why he's not getting the shine.
And Shawn Porter. Kind of in a... I wasn't really in this position. He's kind of in the boots in his position. I was in that position for just a second. I remember, I'm not going to go there right now, but he's in this position where he's so tough that I'm just going to look other places. And I said the same thing for Boots. It doesn't matter who you get in the ring with. At this point, we want to just see you in the ring. We want to see you active. Same thing for Gary Antoine. To Zittel's point, when you aren't able to get big name fights, the next best thing to do is to say busy so people can see you. And I think that he's really flying under the radar right now because it could be a thing of them trying to find the perfect matchup for him, and it's just not there for him right now. My advice would be get busy. You got to be in the ring. Every fighter should be in the ring at least 3 times a year. I understand a Canelo Alvarez, a Terrence Crawford getting in the ring twice a year. Bud only doing it once a year. And I get that too. I do understand that too. But at the least, you got to be in the ring 3 times a year. And I think for Gary Antoine moving forward, stop waiting on somebody. Just get busy.
I mean, promotion has something to do with it too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
BBC doesn't have a lot of dates going around.
I'm pretty sure Gary Antoine wants to fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got one more.
I can't translate.
My 3 favorite events that I've attended to, boxing events, was Teofimo versus Josh Taylor, Bud versus Earl Spence, and Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua, part 1 in Madison Square Garden. I got my reasons, but I don't got time to explain it right now. So I'll just ask my question. What are y'all favorite boxing events that y'all attended and why? Was it because it was a huge upset? Because the fight was that good? Because the atmosphere? For whatever reason, I want to hear from all y'all. Sean Z, and with 2 T's, and Showtime. Let me know what's y'all favorite boxing event y'all attended. Peace and love. I'll be back. I got a lot more to say.
So, hey, shout out to that one, man. I love the energy. That's New York right there.
Love, bro.
Make sure y'all introduce yourselves as well, man. We want to give y'all as much love as we can. And Big Dog, keep sending those in, man. Love the energy. He asked, what was the best boxing event you've been to? Maybe 1 or 2, and why? You know, was it the fight itself? Was it the atmosphere? What was it that made it, what it was?
It was probably Robert Easter versus Rances Barthelemy.
Damn,
No, I'm kidding.
that.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, you had me, bro.
No, easy answer, actually. There's 2 fights that stand out as the greatest I've ever been at in person. And that would be Manny Pacquiao, Juan Manuel Marquez 4 in 2012. And Fury versus Wilder 3 in 2021. I think those are
that on the list.
I think those are the 2 greatest fights I've seen in person.
Yeah, nice. And
2 greatest fights I've ever seen in person. The atmosphere, and I would say Tank versus Rolly. It was just crazy because Rolly performed well. A lot of people don't want to give him credit. What I seen, that's probably my second favorite. My first.
They set a gate record that night.
Yeah, it was, the energy up in there was crazy. I never felt nothing like that. The next fight was Porter Spence. I knew something big was about to happen that night. You could just feel it, and just being his friend, obviously, I felt something. But in that building, the energy was. I never felt nothing like that. Like,
it was hot in there, wasn't
we're about to get something special tonight.
Yeah.
And the world knew it. When the guys came out, you could feel it. It was just from the bell, from the first round on. It was 2 great dance partners that night. That was my favorite event I ever been to.
It was hard. It was electric. It was the Staples Center. Right towards the end of it being called the Staples Center before it was crypto. It was just an electric fight week.
Yeah.
And I remember having to contain myself a little bit because I love Shawn. Yeah. And I'm like, man, he's up 7-3. And I'm like tweeting after 10 rounds.
That's crazy.
But Spence got the knockdown late and took that fight home.
Hell of a fight,
real quick on Marquez and Pacquiao.
Yeah.
To answer our guy's question that much better, I'll never forget Marquez, that night more than any other night, was a fan base that the Mexican fans were like, we are not leaving without Pacquiao's head tonight. Tonight is the night. And I've seen the Mexican fan base be flat when Canelo lost against Bivol, flat when he fought Crawford at Allegiant Stadium. That night, Marquez walked to the ring to El Rey from Vicente Fernandez, and they sang every word of the song as he came to the ring. And when they did the Mexican anthem, they roared.
It's different.
They knew that night.
Yeah.
Pacquiao, tonight he dies. It was usually the Filipinos they're amazing. Like what? Like
that's what I'm saying. That was 2 great crowds.
Like they were amazing in July for Barrios. They were amazing. Every time Pacquiao got a little tired, they would hit a chant just to push this old man to give him a little extra juice. They were incredible. But on that, and usually because all they had was Pacquiao, and Mexican fans had a couple of great fighters, they were always a little bit louder. Then it was those were the best crowds, Mexico, Philippines. But on that night, Mexico was like, not tonight. And they sang every word of El Rey, and I'll never forget it.
I got quite a few, actually. I'll start with Victor Ortiz and Floyd Mayweather. Quick story. I go to that fight with who is now a business partner of mine, which is amazing. We went to the fight. We sat up in the stands. This is before I am, blah 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 blah. And when he hits him, and after he's Victor Ortiz puts his hand and he clocks him and he's done. Instinctively I was like, and then I was like, I leaned into my back. I said, hey, man, we need to get out of here. And he looks at me completely oblivious, don't know what I said. Trust me, I've been in this kind of atmosphere before. We need to get up and move now. I promise you, true story. I said, we need to get up and move now. Somehow we had aisle seats. We got up just like this, step into the aisle, fight breaks out right there where we were sitting at. Unreal, just unbelievable. That's to me is an amazing story how I was able to like just get us up, and then that happens. But some of the great moments that I've had, one of them, and then we'll get out of here. Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. I told my dad, no, I don't want to go. I don't want him to go, and my dad was like, no, we got to go to this one. I don't want to go. I ended up meeting Ice Cube that week.
He had this big three. He launched like the big three.
That was when he launched the big three. Yep. And he was met him in the media room. And I'm like, nah, I'm not. My dad, on the day of, I told my dad all I didn't I don't want to go. My dad comes to the room and says, I got tickets, we going. I said, Dad, he said, get dressed, we're going. I ended up meeting Chadwick Boseman that night. I ended up meeting Steve Harvey for the first time that night. Ended up meeting LeBron James that night. I literally sat around the Avengers. That shit was unreal. Don Cheadle was behind me. All those guys were around me. It was an amazing night, and probably the best atmosphere I've ever been in for a fight.
I remember Cardi B just getting famous and not knowing who she was, and she was after the fight in the in the backstage, all the celebrities conglomerate and she was like, yo, that Floyd Mayweather is a strategy-ass motherfucker. And I remember after Floyd went down 3-0 early in the fight, I was sinking in my seat like this with my hands over my face.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
Conor?
Yeah, because I was, so to your Jake Paul, Joshua bias point, yes.
You were nervous?
Yes, he was losing 3-0.
Like Floyd about to knock him out.
Real quick, right? So all the fighters, we all sit together. I'll never forget, Anthony Dirrell was the main one. First round, we all sit there, first round ends, and we was like, everybody was kind of like, all right, that didn't go the way we thought it was going to go, right? Second round ends, and everybody's looking around. Nobody's saying anything, but everybody looking around. Like that. Nobody's saying anything. Third round ends. Now Anthony, like, he's standing up. He like, yo, what Floyd doing?
He was nervous too. Yeah.
Everybody
was nervous.
But
I was never nervous.
He said what we were all thinking. He said, yo, what Floyd doing? And everybody just erupted, man, yeah, what he doing? Da. He sits down. Fourth round was close. Remember the fourth round was close?
That's when it started to change.
Fourth round was close, though. And we was like, I don't know, right? Listen, fifth round, when it changed was the fifth round. And Anthony Dirrell, he sat back like this. He said, oh, man, he was just messing with it. And we all relaxed before the good 3 or 4 first.
I was never nervous. I was like, Floyd actually going to stop him.
Yeah, well, and there's still a lot of people who theorize that he was carrying him and then knocked him out in the 10th round on purpose.
And then we all left that room realizing how smart Floyd Mayweather was as a fighter.
A businessman.
Yeah. Yep.
I just felt relief because I went, this is it for my sport. Like, this is the day UFC beats boxing.
Is that how you felt when the NWO came?
In wrestling?
Yeah.
I was too young. Yeah.
He was heartbroken. You was that nervous?
I was thinking you could ask Darrell Johnson.
You gonna take over. Dana White gonna show up in the ring?
Hey, that wound up happening anyway. Funny enough.
You're right.
Yeah.
Listen, man, before we get out of here, like I said, when we started this show, I know how you feel. I want you to have your moment to get some things off of your chest.
Yeah.
Try to be as light as you can.
Yes.
Be as, concise as you can. In a couple minutes, I'm going to bounce off of this with my motivational message. We're going to get up out of here, big dog.
Right. So, this whole year and last year, I've, I guess, had controversial takes about my take on Turkey and the Saudi public investment funds foray into boxing, and now TKO Dana, and everybody knows me and Dana had that moment in September and everything. So this week I was working on this video all week long, and it kept getting delayed because I got sick and my voice was gone and I had to take time. And then I get a text Friday night from a source I have at USA Boxing, and he goes, Terrence Crawford, Nick Khan, and Dana White are coming into Lubbock, Texas. They're going to look to, purchase the rights to the Nationals and all this kind of stuff. And so I said, all right, this video I had, which I titled The Final Call. And it's like, hey, if I'm giving all this resistance to what seems to be coming inevitably to the sport, I have to offer an alternative solution. You can't just complain and not try to actually solve give an alternative solution. So the video was supposed to be about, look, USA Boxing, don't sell out to TKO because of what TKO's history is. Like I asked Dana, they've already paid $375 million in antitrust suits. They have more potentially on the way. And so I'm like, hey, before you just hitch your wagon to this company that has this history that's changing things in Congress right now so they could potentially do the same thing in boxing that they've done in mixed martial arts, why don't you build up your YouTube channel? That's why you got Shawn versus Usyk in your archives in Colorado Springs. Drop it. That's 500,000 views right there. If you got Floyd Mayweather in the Nationals in '94, you got the JOs with Oscar De La Hoya. Drop this stuff. You're sitting on a gold mine. You may be able to proliferate your channel and make it big and blow up without having to belong to any company or promoter. Just USA Boxing independent, right? And but the part of the pros that it applied to was, look, Turkey has said he said in March when he started the Zuffa Boxing League with Dana, and when they announced it, that this will crush everything. Well, everything includes the big four, Eddie Hearn, Bob Arum, Al Heyman, and Oscar De La Hoya. So Heyman, he's had 6 dates on Amazon, 5 dates last year. We don't know if it's just a distribution deal or if Amazon's actually giving them any money. A lot of speculation as it pertains to that. But my pitch was, why don't the four of you consolidate, not merge, keep your own companies, not merge, but consolidate under Amazon Prime Video, an American company. Jeff Bezos' company is the 5th richest company in the world. Maybe he could go bar for bar, band for band with this public investment fund, and you can stay under the current rules of the Ali Act. Because Dana is saying, once we change this act, watch them all do the same. And I compared it on Twitter to, look, that's like saying, once all the companies started shipping manufacturing to China, you're going to have to do it too. And it's like, well, of course they have to. If they're getting cheaper labor, which increases their profit margins, other companies have to follow suit. And we've seen what that's done to the United States over the long term. That's why Trump, Dana's friend, is scrambling to do these big tariffs on China, trying to put that genie back in the bottle when you can't, right? So unfortunately, Julie Goldsticker doing her job. Julie has been one of the best PR people in the sport.
We're not name dropping.
Well, I mean, people know what. Oh, I apologize them for that, but I mean, I'm keeping it real. She's been one of the best PR people in the sport. She's had, over the last 2 decades, some of the greatest fighters that have come through the sport, and I made a mistake in not confirming with her, Terrence's representative, hey, will he be at the Nationals in Lubbock, Texas? Turns out he was at an amateur tournament, but not the one in the United States. He was in Dubai at the IBA tournament. And so I got my information wrong. And what they teach, well, I got part of it right. Nobody else was reporting that Dana and Nick Khan would be there. They wound up being there. So what I want to say to that is, because I think she said some things about me and to me that may be representative of what other people think. And first of all, as I make this pitch to the big four promoters, I understand all of them are complicit in getting boxing where it is now. When we had Terrence on the show years ago, I said, you shouldn't have to sign with a certain promoter to fight the other best welterweight in the world as it pertained to the Spence Crawford fight, right? That's not, because I never echoed that talking point about Terrence that, well, you could have signed with PBC and got Thurman and Shawn. And, well, you wound up fighting Shawn anyways on Top Rank because you did the right thing. And so I never did that talking point. But she feels, because I got my information wrong, and again, it's journalism 101. I graduated from UNLV journalism. I should have gave her a call to confirm. I have her number. She would have confirmed for me. That's a mistake on my part. But she said, you're slandering Terrence. And I said, no, I'm not, okay? Especially in the legal sense. I'm not saying anything libelous about Terrence. When I had my show with Raheem last week, and I said, it could seem, which is not saying it is, but it could seem that when he went at the WBC, and then the same day Nick Khan does an interview on Ring with Max, really an infomercial, talking about the WBC, and then the next day in Congress, TKO to pass the Ali Act changes is talking about the WBC. It could look coordinated, even though I take her word for it. It is not. He was responding to Mauricio stripping him, right? So,
and for me, real quick,
Yeah.
for me, I told you before, like some of the things that I've even said on the show here in the past, they get misunderstood or taken in the wrong context, and then all of a sudden you're painted as this bad guy. So,
well, no, I understand she has a job to do, but I want to speak about that because she had a tweet about the standards in boxing journalism coming down, right? And I want to remind people what public relations is. Now, public relations was invented by Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays is the father of both the term public relations and propaganda. Public relations is the sibling of propaganda. And the reason why you won't see a lot of media ever, media gets shit on all the time. The president's fake news, and we deserve a lot of it. I made a mistake, we make mistakes, and we deserve a lot of that flack. But the reason why you'll never hear public relations called out is there's a power dynamic here. And in order for a lot of reporters to make money, and they need access to the talent that is represented by public relations. And if you do something they don't like, you may not have access to said talent, right? So I'm losing my train of thought here for a minute. But what I'm saying is my point, because she went on to say, you're doing this for clicks and views, and you're doing this to slander Terrence. Well, my opinion that Terrence and Canelo together and helping them put on that big fight at Allegiant may have helped them further their goals of eventually changing this Ali Act. And if their history is any indicator, doing this to the next crop of amateurs who they're in Lubbock, Texas, already trying to scout wisely on their end. That's my opinion. It's not slander. And she said, well, clicks and views. The truth is, I was getting a lot more clicks and views going with the flow, just being a normal boxing reporter, a lot more money in clicks and views and all that kind of stuff. And then she said, well, it must feel good up there on your high horse, right? I'll tell you how it feels up on this high horse. It sucks. It really sucks. It's been exhausted. It's been tough on me and by extension, my family.
Right.
And what the video was about, it highlighted a bunch of things. Right now you have Paramount Skydance, which was a merger helped in part by Ari Emanuel, who runs TKO. Now boxing is going to be on Paramount. Paramount is trying through $108 billion to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery. Warner Brothers Discovery does not want to sell to Paramount. They want to sell to Netflix. Netflix does business with Saudi, but Netflix has no funding from the Public Investment Fund. Now, Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law, has the Affinity Group, which is backed by America and Israel and is also backed by Saudi, Dubai, and Qatar. Saudi's Public Investment Fund. Trump has been receiving gifts from Saudi. He visited Saudi. And Trump is saying when it comes to Netflix trying to buy Warner, and Warner wants to be bought by Netflix, he's saying, that might violate antitrust. But when it comes to his buddies at TKO who've already violated antitrust in court for $375 million, wish you the best of luck. Get it done, right? And so Paramount has been quoted as saying, we think we can expedite through the regulatory process. Why? Because they have the president in their pocket and vice versa, right? Now, I say all this to say, in talking about all this, I've said it's taken my eye off the ball in the ring a little bit. I've picked more fights wrong this year because my heart's really been thinking about all this overarching stuff. But guess what, Shawn? When I said some fighters privately told me, hey, I love that question to Dana. None of them said it publicly, okay? So what am I putting me and my family through stress, making less money than I used to fight in this battle when none of the fighters seem to care? Why am I talking about this foreign influence? Because sports and entertainment, as we're $40 trillion in debt, are some of the last things we have in this country of any value, as we've shipped all our manufacturing overseas and all that. Nobody cares. I'm getting sick of me hearing my voice about this stuff. So since nobody cares and people are sick of hearing it and all that, I say this to say, going forward in 2026, I'm going to thin the parameters of my discussion. I'm done talking. I've said what I've had to say about it. As Cam and Mace would say, it is what it is. Let the chips fall where they may. You know how I felt about it. You know I've spoken on it. It is what it is. And let things just play out now. But in 26, you're going to see me pull back from this a little bit. And again, I acknowledge again, I think it's still a good pitch. You should try to talk to Jeff Bezos, all four of you, see if you can get him to invest further in the sport. You got Barrios and Ryan who are going to fight on Amazon Prime. That's already PBC and Golden Boy doing business. You got, you had Foster and Fulton fight on that last card. So you're already doing some business, Top Rank, PBC. Eddie, I know you think you could hitch your wagon to turkey forever, but he already told you what it is.
Yeah.
That Dana's my guy, and this is gonna crush everything. But you know what? I said what I gotta say. I don't hold I would doubt that my pitch would happen.
Right.
And I suspect that TKO will eventually take over the game because the Saudi fund at some point will get tired of losing money. DAZN loses money. So how much longer can you drink from that well?
Right.
But you know what? It is what it is. Let it be what it's gonna be. I'm done. I'm kind of done talking about it for the time. I'm done.
And I'm gonna piggyback off of that real quick. I am completely torn. I really not sure which way I feel. I don't really have a determination yet.
And as for Crawford, one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I was having a conversation in LA this weekend, and a lot of fighters that are whispering things to you, a lot of reporters that are whispering things to you, and you're saying, man, I'm not seeing anybody make any movement. Nobody's doing anything. I'm going to get the information for you guys. There's a website. I don't know if you're aware of this. There's a website that you can actually go on that you can file these grievances and become a part of everything that's going on at the governmental stage of this. So if there are the fighters out there that do have your understanding of where you want to be with this, and if you're siding with Sean here, Sean Z.
Too late, I'm done. Done.
Or if you were siding with Sean and you still want to, Sean said, hey, there's no movement. I didn't know until this weekend that there was even a way to make movement. I thought that you had to be a higher up or know somebody that was a higher up. I'm going to get the information. I'm going to put it in the link either this week or speak about it next week so that coming into 2026, if there's anything that can be done and you guys like the way things are, you don't want anything to change, this goes for everybody that's affiliated with the WBC, WBA, IBF, everything. I'm going to get the information and I'm going to solicit it on my platform so that you can do what you want to do with this sport if you want it to stay the way that it is. The way that it is, my disclaimer, is flawed. The way that it is not the best that we could do. I think that TKO is trying to figure that out. We'll see. I don't know. But here's the thing. This is what leads me to my motivational message. Compartmentalizing life. And I feel like that's what you're doing now.
I want to close on one positive note.
Okay.
At that Nationals tournament, shout out to Marcus Luther, who won the championship in the 143-pound division, and Joseph Awinongia Jr. in 198. That kid, they're both problems. I think they got tremendous upside going into the pros, and TKO is smart to get their butts down there to try to get those two kids.
And those two kids right now are looking at being Olympians too.
Yes, they are.
So the Olympics are here in LA in 2028, man. I love it. But compartmentalizing life. This is going to sound very simple and basic, but the things that matter, make those be the things that matter, right? The things that don't matter, you guys had to figure it out. Somebody asked me, why don't you read your comments? Because they don't matter. I'm not saying I don't like the fans. I'm not saying that I don't value y'all opinions and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, y'all don't sleep in the bed with me. At the end of the day, y'all don't wake up with me. Y'all don't make sure I drop my kids off at school. Y'all don't make sure I got food in my refrigerator. Y'all don't make sure all my utilities are on in my house. The things that matter, make those be the things that matter. Other things that don't. People talking about you. People saying what you're going to do, what you can't do. That stuff is not real unless you make it real. Compartmentalize your life and make the things that are real right in front of you, make those be the things that matter. All the rest of the stuff, keep it behind you because it's just noise that don't matter. This is the PorterWay.
Stay blessed.
All right, y'all, I got a treat. We don't get to do this often. This needs to be done a lot more than it is. I got sitting next to me 2-0 now, Juju, Ballo, and 6-0 now. 6-0 with 2 KOs, Johnny Mansour. Both these gentlemen come through the amateur program. You guys know how big I am on the amateur system. Start with you first. Listen, you took on a guy that's got about, I think, if I'm not mistaken, about 40 fights. 45. Yeah. And now you're 2-0. So you were 1-0 taking on a guy with almost 40 fights. Yeah. The word is that Mr. Bob Arum truly does believe in you, and he wants to fast track you. Definitely. Seems like you're good with that.
Definitely. I mean, I'm just gonna listen, to my team, listen to Top Rank and Overtime. The Bob father himself said he wants to, make me world champion in 2 years. So, I'm gonna do what I can to make it happen.
We had a conversation the other day, and you didn't really like talking about, the things you've done, who you've been in the ring. I said, if I present the question to you, though, it's okay to answer it.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to be humble, Like it says in the Bible, those who act exalted will be humble. Those who act humble will be exalted.
Absolutely. But at some point, you have to, in this game, you got to sometimes get outside of who you are. I learned that along the way. It took me a long time to get there myself, but you got a guy on your resume by the name of Jamal Harvey.
Yeah.
He was an Olympian, 2024 Olympian.
2024, yeah.
And you didn't go that route. You decided to turn pro. You're now 2-0.
Yeah.
But tell everybody why Bob wants to fast track you.
Why Bob wants to fast track me? I mean, I think he sees the amateur pedigree. I've over 220 amateur fights. I got 215 wins, 15 losses, I believe. So I finished off the amateur game, #1 pound for pound amateur in the country. So I think he sees that coming to the professional game. So, I'm just going to do my job and listen to my team, listen to my manager, Jay Prince, listen to Top Rank and Overtime. And, if they want to fast track it, let's make it happen. I'll be ready.
Doing this interview together because you guys are busy, you got things to do.
Yeah.
Y'all got to go get after y'all followers and all that kind of stuff. Now I get it.
Definitely.
One more for you, I think. I might come back to you, but this man pulls up in a rose.
Yeah.
That was a big deal for you. Like, it was important that you pull up in a gold rose.
Yep, absolutely.
Do you got that kind of style too, or is that just that's Cuzzo and Cuzzo gonna do what he do?
Hey, man, I don't know how much off the rolls. Might have to pull up in a helicopter. Or
Yeah, oh, snap.
I think I don't know. I just be focused, focused. But it's at the end of the day, it's entertainment, so I respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it important to you to be an entertainer?
Absolutely. Entertainment, it's a part of boxing. I work hard every single day, but unfortunately in this game, you got to be entertaining. So I'm just here, as you can see, just doing what I love to do. Like you're witnessing two guys that grew up in the sport of boxing that didn't have to box. We could have established the family businesses, but we're here just doing what we love to do. When you do something with a passion, sky's the limit.
Let me say this to that. I'm not going to put your business in the street, but like you said, you guys do this because you want to do it, not because you have to. The question comes then when people see that you, for the sake of words, come from money, that you're well off, that you don't need to do this. People, you're on the clock now. Okay, well, how long? What fight is it going to, when is that going to happen? What is it that drives both of you? I'll start with you, Johnny. What is it that drives you to want to get in the ring?
Everyone has a purpose in life, and I believe that my purpose is to just lead by a great example. And boxing was my first love. I played a lot of sports growing up, but I love pushing myself. I love challenging myself because I see people that push themselves and tend to fall over the edge sometimes. So for me, I'm just going to lead by a great example, do what I love to do, and show that anything is possible. And boxing is my avenue to do so.
Same question for you, sir.
Yeah, I believe God put me on the earth to be a boxer, to spread His word through boxing.
There it is.
So, I'm just fulfilling God's work.
Didn't talk about your background, your amateur background, but you got a good 15 or so amateur championships too as well, don't you?
Yeah, I was on the USA team for 3-4 years. I remember seeing you at the Olympic Training Center.
Yeah.
I was the Olympic alternate for USA 2 times. I had a really rough amateur career. I always came short, but then I was ranked #1 in the nation at 132 pounds. I won the national Golden Gloves, so it was a cherry on top to come off the amateurs with a great national championship and bounce over to the professionals. I feel like I've always had a professional style. I remember I never liked being the Olympic alternate, but you know what, man? Sometimes some things are not made for you, and maybe the professionals were.
There it is. You're being fast-tracked. We know what that's all about. When can we see you back?
I think I'll be back potentially next month.
Wow.
Potentially next month.
Yeah.
I got word
50
that
somebody with 50 fights on the next one.
It might be on undercard of Shakur.
Nice.
Shakur, so hopefully everything goes well in that. So hopefully next month.
Sign with Top Rank and also working with Jay
correct?
Yeah, manager Jay Prince. Yeah.
Manager Jay Prince.
Manage both of those.
And so Jay is managing both of you guys, and then you have a promotional contract as well?
I have a contract with Overtime, correct, and
Nice.
also managed by Jay Prince.
Nice, okay. So you guys got some good things in the future, and you got some TV behind you in the future as well, too. So
Definitely.
listen, we got Juju and we got Johnny right here. These guys are the future of boxing. You heard it here first. This is the PorterWay.
Let's go, JJ.
Oh, hold up, one more thing. One more thing. I want to clear this up.
Yeah.
Tonight's fights were all about mental health.
Yeah.
And again, we want to make sure that it's understood that that is not a world championship belt. We want to make it clear that that is a.
Let me say myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know the boxing world is gonna be like, this dude is not a world champion. I get it. This is you know what, man? This title means a lot to me. I've been fighting through a lot of mental challenges. You know, fighting through losing someone that you truly love. This world is not promised for any of us. Tomorrow isn't promised for any of us. So this right here, it's not a world title, but it says championing mental health. It's fighting through difficult times, but one day it will be a world title.
Yeah.
Like, and I say that with full confidence, and that comes from hard work.
I do a motivational message at the end of every episode. So right before I do my motivational message, you guys already got that. Yeah. We're gonna include that in the motivational message. You'll be my motivational message this weekend.
I appreciate it.
God bless you guys.
Thank
Congratulations.
You.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Pleasure. Appreciate
the future of boxing.